everyone, it's Jem. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to be showing you everything that I coloured in the month of May. I worked out 4 books this month, and it's Fairy Touch of Magic by Clara Markova, Disney's Art Deco by Hatchet Heroes, Midsummer Spazia Gang by Rita Berman, and Fairy Tales by Emily Lyderhall Oberg. Oh, and for each page that I show you, I'm going to be adding like a little time-lapse clip of how I completed the page. It's like really fast-paced. You'll have sort of an idea of how I've done it, and I like watching those sorts of videos, so I hope you do too. So the first book that I worked from this month was Midsummer Spazia Gang by Rita Berman. And we actually were having really nice weather at the time I chose this picture. And I chose a picture of the beach. So I started out using a layer of Inktense on all of the little knickknacks on the beach and on the umbrella and the basket on the bike. And I done a layer of Inktense over the sand as well. For the bike, I used a mixture of Jelly Roll gel pens, 4 different shades of Prismacolor for the wheels of the bike, and Inktense for the orange of the bike as well. I went over the bushes, all in Inktense too. Then I used some dark green Posca to go over the grass. I used Inktense for all of the water as well, and then I went over with some white Jelly Roll gel pen. And then I went over the clouds with Neocolor 2s and some white gouache. I used a mixture of 2 different turquoise colours, like kind of a blue and then a green turquoise. And I done exactly the same with the sunset sky with Neocolor 2s. I really enjoyed doing this one. Yeah, that's that one. The second book that I worked out of this month is Fairy Touch of Magic by Clara Markova, and this is hands down my favourite colouring book of all time. The paper quality, the images, just everything beautiful. And I done this page. Don't mind all of this, this is just a bit of alcohol marker that leaked from a previous page. So what I've done with this one is I started off with the oranges and I decided to make them into blood oranges. Even though I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be lemons or limes because of the shape, I just really like the look of blood oranges. I think they're really pretty and it suited the colour palette I wanted to work with. But yeah, I went over everything in dough and Inktense. This little guy down here I used dough and Inktense on. The leaves, the entire cart I used dough and Inktense for as well. I used a mixture of alcohol markers and Prismacolor for the skin, and then back to dough and Inktense for the outfit and the wings. And then I done Neocolor 2 for the background. I just wanted a basic sort of plain background. And I used a bunch of gel pens and a bunch of Poscas to go around everything, just to make everything pop a little bit more. And so I tried to kind of cover a lot of the black lines on the blood oranges and around this little guy and the leaves. And yeah, I think that made it look a bit better. And I also went around here with some Posca, went around these plants because they were kind of looking a bit dull. And I just done some highlights with some white gel pen. I really enjoyed doing this page, but I was filming a time lapse and it took so long. I edited in all the different shades of Inktense that I used, all the shades of Posca and gel pen and things like that. So if you want to see that video, I will link it in the description box and I'll add a little iCard up here too. Now on to my very favourite picture of the month. I worked from Disney's Art Deco by Hatchet Heroes and I done the Cheshire Cat page. And I done this page for Pride Month. I knew that I wanted to do the entire image in a rainbow palette. So what I done was, as you probably would have guessed, I did it all in Inktense. I had so much fun with this page because I knew that I wanted to do just a rainbow gradient. So I started from yellows, then the oranges, reds, pinks, purples, blues and greens. So I didn't really have to think about too much. I picked out the shades that I wanted to use, and yeah, so I just started off and I worked my way down. I wasn't too sure what colour I wanted to make his face because I know the Cheshire Cat's typically pink, because there was already a bit of pink down here and the last pieces of blue were all up here. So yeah, I just went for blue and I really like how it turned out. So I did a similar thing and I just worked my way out like a gradient through the boxes and the circle. Then I went over all the stripes on the border with just a Papermate flare in black. And then I used my Caran d'Ache palette to scrape off all of the shades that I was using. Then I added some white gouache to the palette as well. And then I just mixed all the colours that I wanted to do. I laid down a layer of Winsor & Newton white gouache and then added all the exact same pencil shades that I used in the dough and Inktense. And I just muted them down with the white to make them pastel. And I really love how it turned out. Doing another rainbow palette is definitely very much up there with what I enjoy doing. Like when I started colouring, that's all I'd do is do rainbow palettes. I haven't posted any of those pictures. I had like a basic set of Stattlers and I had Animal Kingdom by Millie Marotta, and that's all I'd do is just rainbow palettes. And Pride Month is something that's really important to me. So I thought, what better time to go back to my roots and just do something so crazy and fun and colourful. And I love this picture. And I'm thinking I'll get this framed one day because I look at it and it makes me happy. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. And the last book that I worked out of was by Emily Lyda-Hall-Oberg, and I done the Mermaid page. Not too sure whether I like how it turned out, but I did have fun with it. So what I done was I started with a base layer of dough and Inktense, and I mixed it onto a palette like I did with the Disney picture, and I mixed in some white gouache like over here and on the jellyfish and things. I just wanted it to have more of a pastel kind of look to it. I went over with Inktense first with the jellyfish and these little plants down here, the octopus and the tentacles, and then I added some gouache over the top just to get a little bit of highlight in there. And then I went in with some Posca, some purple Posca, and some Jelly Roll Stardust. I'm not sure if you can see the shine, but I've added some shiny gel pen on these plants and on the tentacles. And I don't really use much shine in my pages, but I use some shimmery gel pen down here, and I did enjoy using them. So I'll probably start using a little bit more of some stickles and gel pens and things to add some shimmer in the future. I've done the same with these plants down here. And this thing, I used dough and Inktense from my palette for the background, and I done her skin and alcohol markers and then went over with pencils. And I just went for a base layer of markers for the hair. I gave her some extra lashes, and then I went over the bubbles. I was outlining loads of little bits with white gel pen. I used the Arteza gel pen, I believe. And I think the finishing touches are one of my favourite parts. It's not my favourite picture I've ever done. Like, I'd probably go over everything with the white gel pen because I really like how it looks. And I maybe added definition to her hair. But yeah, there's always next time. And you can only get better. So next time, I think I'll try that. And they were pages that I done out of Fairy Tales by Emily Lyda-Hall-Oberg. Mine Summer Spazia Gang by Rita Berman. Fairy Touch of Magic by Clara Markova. And Disney's Art Deco by Hatchet Heroes. Drop a little comment downstairs. Let me know what your favourite picture was that I done this month. Mine was definitely the one I done for Pride Month. I hope you've all enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.